New at 4, Harris Teeter is facing a lawsuit alleging the company has sold medications that don't work. The class action suit filed in federal court in Maryland names Harris Teeter along with Procter & Gamble and several other brands. The plaintiff, Stacey Rankin, says the company sold oral nasal decongestants with phenylephrine that they knew didn't function as advertised. 250 decongestants are named in the suit, accounting for 241.6 million sales in 2022, totaling $1.7 billion. Let's go ahead and bring in Queen City News Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. So first of all, who do you think is at fault here? Is it Harris Teeter or the companies that actually made these products?
I'd have to say, when you're talking about products liability type of claims, the first person that's in line or the first company that's in line is going to be the manufacturer or the producer of this. And so that's why they filed a claim against all of those type of manufacturers in October. They added the Harris Teeter and these other type of stores later as they try to find ways to make accountability for the other folks. The issue will be, I'm trying to figure out how they would, the standard is you have to have known that this was a product that was not doing something that it was, alleging that it could do. If the FDA had approved this drug at the time, the FDA just came out recently and said, hey, it's not actually doing what we thought it would have done. I can partially see how the companies that manufactured could have potential liability. I think it's an extreme stretch to say the folks that sold this item, unless they have documents that we don't know. In discovery, they may have internal emails that could say, you know what, we did know. We knew that this product didn't do what it was alleging that it would do, and so we should stop selling it. And if someone's saying keep selling it, then maybe that's how they can get to them.
Well, so if this goes to court, what does that battle look like when you're talking about such a massive corporation like Harris Teeter?
Well, I'd say that the litigation is expensive, so let's start there. So you'll talk about tons of attorneys, and you'll talk about a boatload of discovery. That's the information that they'll have to go back and look over. And if you're on the plaintiff side, you're trying to find, that smoking gun. You want to see documents that say, we knew that this product didn't do what we're saying it do, but keep selling it anyway. If you can find documents like that, most likely this case will settle. If you don't find anything like that, it'll go to court, and they'll have to prove that that company knew, and they'll prove that by experts. They'll prove that by any type of internal documentation. But I don't see this going to trial. I see a case like this settling in the long run, but I see maybe any type of other store being dismissed, because I don't see if they have any type of accountability at this point to being a person of or a company of interest in this, a party of interest.
Well, yeah, does that open up any other stores like we already have Walgreens and CVS added to this, but a Publix or a Costco that sells any of these?
Any company that carried this on the shelves could be up to be added. I mean, think about it. With the rise in the opioid crisis, you saw all those other drugs being put behind the scenes. That saw the rise of these type of drugs being mass produced and used on a high frequency, maybe being used and not actually helping what they said they were helping.
All right, and all this timing, of course, coming right ahead of cold and flu season, so not the best timing ever. Khalif, thank you.